everyone, so welcome to this video. What we're going to be doing in this one is our newsreel video. So we're going to do a couple different things. First, the tool we're going to be using is WeVideo. And we really want to kind of do these newsreels so that they're short and sweet and get to the point. So I'm already logged in. You can sign in with Google on this. With the free account, you get 5 minutes of publishing per month and up to 1 gigabyte of storage for different things. You will then go to create a new video, and if you've used any service like iMovie or anything, it's going to look pretty similar to that. Now when you're starting to look at this, what you see is this kind of different page. This is our upload, so we have to find some media, some old-time media for our newsreel. So we want some World War II authentic primary source or secondary source, but kind of from the era video. And there's a great tool for that, and it's not YouTube, but it's called archive.org. Now with this, it's kind of an internet archive, so it puts together all kinds of free books, movies, software, music, websites, and other stuff that you can see. In fact, the Wayback Machine, like, you can go back in time and look at websites and how they've changed over a period, which is a really kind of cool feature when you think about our internet. Anyways, when we go to do our search, I'm going to type in something like Great Depression and see what comes up. With World War II, there's going to be plenty because we had basically an office of propaganda that would do this. Now that I have this here, what I can do is I can start to kind of look and see what type of pieces I want. I want movies. So I'm going to select movies right there. It's going to kind of redo this. So now there's a handful: Hope and Survival in the Great Depression, the Great Depression myth. Probably not something that we want for that. Lessons from the Great Depression, True News. We kind of really want this. So here's an FDR one here. We have a couple ones here. And you should always preview what these are before we kind of do it. So I'm going to click on Brick Films, the Great Depression. And I'm going to see it's a project for school done by another student. I don't want that. But let's try this. Hope and Survival. Right, this one looks a little promising here, and what you can see is it kind of gives you some information here. So this is Timberline Regional School District. It's Educational Access TV, and we have just kind of some information here. Now if I want to watch it and preview it, I just click here and it will start the preview of this video.
The main word for our generation was survival.
You can see that it's over an hour long, so if I were to download this, it might take a little while, but I also would have to be able to upload it in a way that didn't overcapacitate my certain amount, and that's a really difficult thing. But ultimately, when you find some clips that you would like to use, you want an MPEG-4 video, and they offer you the downloads right here, and it's pretty simple to get. So when I get that download, it's going to bring up this window and start playing again, and I'm going to choose that download button. Now I don't want to sit here and wait for that to download, so I'm going to look for a little bit shorter video to watch. Here's one from the New Deal and FDR, which also fits within this, and this one it's part 2, so I don't know how long it really is, but you kind of get that. It's another hour-long video. So what you want to do with this is you would kind of want to
Америка была.
So here's another one that I found. It's in Russian, which isn't ideal, but it has an MPEG-4, so we're going to download it. I'll tell you why it's not a problem if we choose the Russian video. Because really with these newsreels, what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to look at ways that we can kind of make this our own. So we would write our own newsreel for this. And as this is kind of coming, it's going to take a little while, so probably pause for a little bit. But I do have one that I downloaded earlier for Japanese internment camps. And when I do that, I can browse to select my media, and I will look for my Japanese internment camps one. World War II right here. So this is kind of a freebie here, but I have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down into my WeVideo spot here and leave a little gap at the beginning, because what I want to do, so what it's telling me is that it's too long. Remember, we have that gap, so you can only really publish once with this. But what I want to do is I want to go and I want to grab a title. So some of the titles I can't do, some of them I can. What's really nice is we're doing a World War II era film. So here we are. We put in this. We can do. You would check down here. You'd click here, and you're given the opportunity to retype this text. So we'd say Japanese American internment, and that would give us the opportunity to have a nice title here. We'd be done editing, and then we could kind of run into this. Now, when it comes to this, what I want to do is I want to really start to kind of look and see what would happen with this. And as I kind of hover over these things, it's going to tell me a little bit about what I can do with it. The other thing that it will do is it will allow me to mute this video. So like when I go here, it separates my audio, and I know that I can then mute the video, or excuse me, mute the audio. So I can mute the audio throughout the whole thing. I can also change the opacity of it, but I don't need to do that. I don't want the audio, so when I play, you can tell that the audio is gone, right, which is perfect. So I'm going to kind of let that play, and I'm going to snip right here because I don't really have the time to do this all for you. So what I would do then is I would start to do this, and when I came to time to do this, I would hit this record button. All right, so what's going to happen is if I record here, it's going to add an audio track for me, which is wonderful, right? So here I go. It gives me a countdown, and now I'm ready. During World War II, the United States did this. Or we can make it relevant and say, just now, President Roosevelt signed a executive order putting all Japanese Americans on the West Coast in internment camps, and go on and on about that. So it's kind of a nice way for us to do that. And then as you do that, you just push OK. And my audio is going to show up down here, and it's going to fit right here. So when I preview it, ready. During World War II, you can hear it, and it's kind of a cool thing. You'd add your different stories, the different things you want to do, repeat your titles, keep it under 5 minutes, and you're good to go with this. Thanks for watching. One last thing that I wanted to show is just how we edit. So really with editing, you just kind of push the space bar, and that's going to be your play button. Ready. And you kind of watch to the point where you want to get. And what you're going to do is you are going to then kind of go there, and you have this pair of scissors right here, and you just split your clips, and then it's as simple as just hitting the delete key, and that will take care of everything that you needed to do for this and make it so that it's nice and smooth for your editing.